From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Joey Slye, the kicker, stands ready, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
Brandon, whatever happened to the old rule that if you don't know that you're definitely going to get it to at least a 20-yard line, you just take a knee in the end zone. Sometimes being too aggressive can actually cost you.
On one, ready?
Here's Burrow to throw right away. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 25 yards that time. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They snap that at 1. Now it's Burrow. He sets to fire deep. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 19th touchdown now of the season. And the Bengals need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
Here we go.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line. It's the tight end. It's your wide receivers. Everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, you know, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, you know, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. Garoppolo. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. A huge play there for Washington. 49 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. T. Higgins, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Bengals drive about to get going as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get started up front. And as a GM that always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Back to Mixon on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Bengals at 8-8 now on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Here we go.
2nd and a couple. Now it's Burrow. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
You talk about this Washington defense. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game, right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There haven't been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. Powering his way forward. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 41 yards rushing for him now, just his first 3 carries. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
11, mighty. 11, 11, 11. 11, MT, tight. 11, 12, 12, 12.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time I look at who beat down Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here we go.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here we go. 12, fellas. Here we go.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. This pass complete to Higgins. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He's got it to Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, 63 yards. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it as we resume action. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
gun.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
11.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
I'm one, ready?
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Burrow changing the look. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 18 more yards there and another first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Burrow's throw hauled in by Washington. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
11. 11 MT.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. And he'll get it right back to Washington. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
11 mighty. 11
now they'll
MT,
audible to
paint.
something else.
11 MT, paint.
Mixon with a first down carry. He will push his way down to about the 14. Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
12.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengals TD. Joe Mixon with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals have broken our ties. They take the lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Here we go, here we
Ball
go.
on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception. I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and making sure nothing could get to the outside, but he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
On 1, ready?
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
11 MT, 11 MT. 11.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. 11 Thomas. 11.
Now it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Now Burrow. He's got Fuller. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Burrow looking to pass. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, The alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here we go.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
Mixon is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
I'm 1, ready?
Burrow will throw to Mixon on the check down. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
11, Thomas.
They'll run with Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with career touchdown number 70. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here we go.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Garoppolo now. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Daxton Hill puts it off. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Burrow. Quick slant cut by Chase. Well, the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Gun.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
12.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Here we go.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Eleven. 12.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here we go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The little football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Going right back to Dodson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
First down, Commanders.
On the draw, it's Gibson.
And he loses the football the second time.
The lineman on the other side has got it.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game.
12.
They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 MT. Take. 11 MT.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Zaven Collins buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Mixon will try the right side. Now a pause for the injury, and that is, yes, Joe Mixon clearly in some discomfort following that last play. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
Here we go.
3rd and 20.
Here we go. 12. 11.
Now it's Burrow.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 44-yard line.
Here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an... Oh, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Let's get set.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. On 2nd down, here's Fournette.
And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. 43 yards. And that's an important completion right there, because that's going to do it. With that last pass, he eclipses Peyton Manning's all-time mark of 5,477 pass yards in a single season. I think the Engravers, they can get the MVP trophy ready. This has been a year for the ages as he stands alone in single-season passing. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. That's complete, right around the 8. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Now they send a man in motion right.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Jamar Chase.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Bengals are able to add on to that lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, What have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Daxton Hill picks it off. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And they will take a knee here. And now they'll take a knee here. And my partner now is speechless, and so am I. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A give up the middle to Gibson. There he goes, right side. He's on his way. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 85 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He had been held in check. Now he breaks that big run. Shows the explosiveness we all knew was there.
All right, tell the truth now. You knew it was just a matter of time, didn't you? We've seen this so many times from him. Hold him down, and then breaks out.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
I'm wondering, partner, if they might need to sub him out for a play or two, because after that long run he just had on the previous play, he might not have all of his breath back.
Yeah, and they went right back to that well. Different result.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7.
Throwing now is Garoppolo.
Touchdown, Washington.
Brevin Jordan, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
11.
Again, it's Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Burrow on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? At this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
the 31-yard line.
On the option left, it's Burrow. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And now here is another interception. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go, here we go.
From the 29, here's a 2nd and 7.
They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon.
And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Hamler now on the return. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here we go, here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 117 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Here we go.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel...
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll make this a 19-point ball game.
Commanders 28.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On one, right?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here we go, here we go.
Here is 3rd and 5. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Bengals, They do get the victory that pushes them over 500 for the season as they finish at 9-8.
And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Washington,
the loss means they'll finish up the regular season at 10-7.
And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.